In an age where kings wear filters and clowns get crowned, where masculinity is mocked and mediocrity is praised, you have to ask yourself one question. Are you living like a king or acting like a clown? Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to trade distractions for discipline, comfort for conquest, and pleasure for purpose. We're building warriors here, not watchers. Now buckle in. This isn't motivation. This is your wake-up call. The modern world has made it far too easy to rot. Scroll, click, numb, repeat. The dopamine hits are endless. Porn, processed food, TikTok reels, meaningless flings. And every second you waste locked in that cycle. Your throne is gathering dust. Your crown is slipping off your head. But here's the dark truth. The world doesn't care. It will keep feeding you garbage. It will keep telling you to be soft, to just be yourself, to indulge in comfort because you deserve it. But kings don't indulge. They build, they sacrifice, they conquer. Self-discipline, the ancient weapon of warriors, the lost art of real men. You see, everyone loves the idea of being a king, but no one wants to bleed like one. They want the respect, the admiration, the influence, but they can't even wake up without hitting the snooze button 5 times. You say you want power, yet your phone controls your day. You say you want women to respect you, but you can't go a week without watching strangers online degrade themselves for your clicks. You say you want to lead, but you follow every trend that crosses your screen. Let me make this very clear. If your life is ruled by urges, by comfort, by weakness, you are not a king. You are a jester. The difference between the king and the clown is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even upbringing. It's this. The king walks alone in the desert when the clown is begging for applause in the circus. The king is feared not because he roars, but because he listens, because he observes, because he waits. In silence. Go ghost. In today's world, that phrase is mocked. But those who understand it, those who disappear from the noise, who shut down the endless chatter, who retreat into solitude, they are not running. They are becoming. This is what modern society fears most. A man who needs nothing. Not validation, not pleasure, not entertainment. A man who would rather walk into darkness with his mind sharp and his soul alert than dance in the artificial light of cheap attention. Look around you. Masculinity is dying. Not from oppression, but from comfort. We've traded discipline for dopamine, stoicism for softness, legacy for likes. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Today, we don't even suffer in reality because most men never test themselves. They never go without, never fast, never abstain, never wait. Everything must be now. Fast, easy, free. But what is gained easily is lost even faster. You want to build something real, then reject everything fake. That includes her. Yes, her. Because here's another dark truth. Most women aren't looking for kings. They're looking for court jesters. Men who perform, who entertain, who beg for affection with gifts, validation, and weakness. And too many of you are auditioning for the role. You think being nice will earn you love. You think being available makes you worthy. You think being passive makes you strong. No, women do not love weakness. They use it. They drain it. And when you're empty, they replace it. Harsh? Maybe. But you've seen it. You've lived it. That situationship that never became a relationship. That endless texting without commitment. That girl who said you were too much once you set a boundary. You thought she was looking for a king, but she only wanted a clown to distract her from her own chaos. Real women want warriors, not wimps. And here's the paradox. You don't become that warrior for them. You become it for you. Because if you're constantly shaping yourself to fit the female gaze, then you are no different from an algorithm. Just another product being sold on the marketplace of lust. Your value is not in how much attention you get. It's in how much silence you can sit with, how much pain you can endure, how many comforts you can reject. And let's talk about God. Because what they never told you is this: a man without God is a man without mission. And a man without mission is a man already dead. You were not born to coast. You were born to fight, to wrestle with the void, to channel chaos into order, to transmute base desires into higher energy. Every seed of lust can become discipline. Every drop of anger can fuel transformation. Every broken dream can become a new blueprint. But not if you keep numbing it. Not if you keep chasing pleasure. Not if you keep pretending everything's fine while your soul decays behind the mask. This is your call to war, not against the world, not even against women, but against the part of you that wants to stay weak. The little voice that says you're tired. The one that says you've done enough. The one that says you deserve to relax. That voice is a liar. That voice is the jester in your court whispering sweet death into your ears. And every time you listen to it, you move further from the crown. There is a reason every ancient king had to pass through pain. Alexander, Caesar, David, Solomon. They didn't just inherit power, they earned it through loss, through betrayal, through failure, through the lonely nights where they questioned their worth, where they bled in silence so they could rule in strength. If you're in a dark place right now, good. It means you've been called, but not to break, to rebuild, not to beg, to become, not to perform, but to transform. The modern world doesn't want you to hear this. They want you quiet, clicking, consuming, conforming. Because a man who rejects that, a man who chooses silence over validation, discomfort over ease, God over greed, that man is dangerous. He can't be controlled. He can't be bought. He can't be broken. Because that man is no longer acting like a clown. He is walking like a king. But becoming that man, that king, it won't happen by accident. And it won't happen overnight. There will come a moment in your life, if it hasn't already, where everything shatters. Your girl leaves. Your bank account hits zero. Your friends disappear. Your dreams seem like jokes whispered in the wind. And in that abyss, when no one is watching and nothing makes sense, you'll face the most important decision of your life. Will I let this break me, or will I let this build me? Every great transformation begins with death. The death of who you were. The death of comfort. The death of that soft, lazy boy you used to be. Only then can the king be born. But here's what most men don't realize. Reinvention doesn't come from adding more. It comes from removing. Remove distractions. Remove weak habits. Remove fake friends. Remove pointless noise. When you strip it all away, what remains is who you really are. And if that truth terrifies you, then good. That's the version you need to confront. That's the self you must dominate. Discipline doesn't scream. It whispers. It whispers, one more rep. One more page. Keep going. No one's watching but you. And that's the point. Because kings don't train for the applause. They train because the battle demands it. Because the wolves are always circling. Because one moment of weakness can undo a lifetime of work. You want to be admired. You want people to talk about you, post about you, envy your glow up, then vanish, disappear into your craft. Go ghost. Let them wonder where you went. Let them whisper about your silence. Because when you come back, you won't need to explain. Your presence will say it all. The jawline, the confidence, the sharp eyes that see through everything. Because solitude refines the soul, like fire purifies gold. But let's not pretend this is easy. There will be days when it feels pointless. When your past mocks you. When your progress feels invisible. The girl still doesn't notice. The followers still don't come. The money still isn't there. You'll be tempted to give up, to relapse, to reach back for the very poison you vowed to leave. But remember this, you're not just building a life, you're building a fortress, brick by brick, day by day. You're building a man no one can manipulate, no woman can break, no system can tame. That is your crown, and that is why so few ever earn it. Look back at the legends. Jordan in the gym before dawn. Muhammad Ali shadowboxing alone. Marcus Aurelius scribbling meditations while Rome burned. They weren't chasing followers. They weren't waiting for the right moment. They were already becoming, even in the chaos. Especially in the chaos. Because true masculinity is forged in fire. It's built when everything is uncertain. When your hands shake. When your body aches. When your heart breaks. But you still choose discipline. That's where kings are made. Not on the throne, but in the dust, in the silence, in the refusal to be ordinary. So what does it mean to act like a clown? It means playing to the crowd. It means needing approval. It means being led by your emotions instead of leading them. The clown seeks comfort. The clown entertains for attention. The clown fears solitude. But the king thrives in it. Because when you master solitude, you master yourself. And once you master yourself, no one else can. That's why spiritual awareness matters. This isn't just a grind, it's a calling. Your energy, your thoughts, your presence, it means something. The moment you stop leaking your power to every scroll, every lustful thought, every petty drama, you start to glow in ways no filter could ever mimic. You become untouchable. The people around you will feel it. They won't understand it, but they'll respect it, or fear it, or envy it. But they won't ignore it, because real power is silent. It doesn't announce itself. It radiates. That's what happens when you reject the clown, when you stop performing, when you finally get serious. You're no longer just a man. You're a movement. And here's what no one tells you. You don't need 100 people behind you. You don't need a spotlight. You don't need her to come back. You don't need them to believe in you. You need one thing, conviction. The absolute, unshakable belief that you were born for something greater, and the refusal to act like anything less. That's your fuel, not motivation, not hype, not a playlist, just purpose. So where do you go from here? You start with one thing, a decision, not to fake it, not to perform, but to become. You kill the clown, the version of you that craves cheap attention, easy pleasure, shallow love, and you raise the king. The version of you that walks in silence, that makes hard choices, that speaks less but means more, that lives by code, not by comfort. And when the world tries to pull you back into the circus, you don't even flinch, because you know now. You can't be a king if you act like a clown. If this spoke to something inside you, don't just like or comment, act. Close the app. Hit the gym. Write the plan. Pray. Cut her off. Build the thing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This channel isn't just content. It's the training ground for kings.